beautiful. God damn, this hair is really throwing me off, dude.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I took a little toot, and I'm just like, the more I'm looking at, I'm usually like, I wear a hat because I'm self-conscious about my hair, but I think this is one. Have we started?
We are recording.
Great. Well, regardless, I'm not going to wear a hat.
Okay, yeah, dude, it's gonna be so nice. Everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, look at the hairline on this guy."
I know, dude,
yeah.
and it's usually the thing I'm most defensive about. But I feel pretty good right now.
Hell yeah, dude, that's what I'm here for. I want people to feel
man.
good.
You really set it up, dog.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Intro or anything?
Welcome everyone to the Skullet podcast. My name is Ronnie, and folks, put your hands together. We got our hilarious comedian to my right, to your left. It's Max Fine, everybody.
Howdy
What's up,
doody.
bro?
Hello, Ronnie.
How you doing, brother?
Dog, I'm thrilled to be here for
Hell
real.
yeah,
I know
man.
I was saying it on the way in,
Yeah.
but like, I had the worst night of my life in Pittsburgh like 6 years ago, and now I'm just like, this is the coolest fucking place I've ever been.
Hell yeah, dude. We've turned things around for you.
You sure have, dog.
I mean, dude, what happened?
I took a megabus, 8
right.
hours. We broke down and took another couple hours. We got here to do a show, me and this other guy.
Yeah.
And the people that were running it just weren't there. The host was like, they introduced themselves to me after they brought the first comic on. They're like, all right, I got to go. And they just left. And I was just kind of like, well, I guess I'm lighting these guys now. And then it just continued to get worse and worse. So after the show was okay.
Yeah.
But after it, the guy that was like middling was like, hey, I know of an open mic I can take y'all to if you guys want to do something else. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, dude. We start driving. We're going about 45 minutes out. I know that going into it. It's far away, but it's an open mic, and I was just like, whatever. I've got nothing to do. About halfway through the drive, I'm like, oh, this dude's wasted. Like, hammered drunk. Oh, no. And I'm just like, be cool. Just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just be cool. You're going to be okay. We get to the spot. We're walking into this open mic that's shutting down. The guy's like, all right, oh, shit, we've got one more comic. I see him walking in. Brings that dude on and then ends the mic. So me and my buddy didn't get to do time. We were stuck in the suburbs because we didn't want to ride back with the dude. It got to a point where, like, did you ever meet Toast?
No.
There was a comic. He briefly lived in New York, but I think that's what made him quit comedy was that night. Everything fell apart because there were a lot of other things that happened that aren't really as cool to talk about.
Okay.
But yeah, man, but it's beautiful now.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Well,
I'm glad you're here, Ronnie.
I'm glad I'm here too, man. This is sick, dude.
Damn, I'm already fucking wandering around. All right, sorry.
Dude, well, first off, you and I have known each other for a long time, and
It's crazy, isn't it?
I haven't seen you in maybe like 3 or 4. I don't think I've seen you like I think I've seen you like pre-pandemic, probably. That was the last time I saw you, maybe.
Did I not? I thought I'd seen you after the pandemic. I don't remember so much of that part of my life.
Maybe you were running a show with Albert in Bushwick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, he lives here now.
What?
He's around. You need to find him. Go on an adventure tonight. Find Albert because he's apparently living in the South Side. Albert, we're finding you, bro.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, this town is full of secrets. Okay. Yeah. I think that was the last time. You didn't have the hair.
Wait, what? I did not have the hair. That's true, yes.
This is, I can't get it. You look like a rabbi or like, you kind of have like what I always figured my hairline will eventually turn into is what you've got.
Bro, here's the thing. Let's talk about the Skullet for a second.
I'm dying to hear about
this.
This
is the Skullet.
Yeah,
podcast,
I saw
of
the
course.
clips and I was like, "There's no way this is real."
Yes. Well, so I saw this movie called Love Lies Bleeding. Have you seen this movie?
Oh, dude, I have. Yeah.
Bro, you remember what Ed Harris looked like?
Is that what prompted it?
I was going through something, right?
Sure.
I went in the movie.
Clearly.
I had 2 beverages, and I'm just watching it. And here's the thing, man. I'm a bald guy with a beard,
Totally.
Bald white guy with a beard. I mean, there's a dime a dozen on these lineups. You know what I mean? So I'm just
it's even worse being a guy with hair and a beard. There's so many more of us, dude.
I guess so, but you got the
we got
jean
hair.
jacket.
We got hair.
You had hair,
yeah.
you know?
Sorry, I'm sorry. You're right.
No, hold on.
No, life sucks for you. I
Listen,
get it.
bro. Look, don't no. We have hair.
We have hair.
Yes, exactly. See, I've cured it. Anyway, so I see this movie. I see Ed Harris, and I'm like, now that's a look. That's a distinctive look.
That is a look.
Yes.
I remember definitely thinking, oh, yeah, man. How long have you been growing it?
This is about 3 months. I'm about 3 months in.
3 months.
3 months strong.
And you're not cutting it at all?
100 episodes.
Okay, how many episodes in are you?
You're lucky number 13, my friend.
Wow, dude. So you have like a year and change.
I got a year and change, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this going to prompt you to start releasing like 2 episodes a week or maybe...
I haven't even considered that.
'Cause you can speed it up. I mean, I can't wait for you to look like this.
Me too.
That's exciting as hell. There's a comic in Cincinnati that is doing something similar. Do you know Ran?
I do know Rand. Yeah.
Ran about a year ago told me he wanted to look like Bill Shakespeare. And I didn't know what he meant, and then I started catching up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, dude,
William Shakespeare.
yeah, you've got."
That took Tim a little bit, but
It
Tim's
took
a
me
little
a long
slow
time
behind
too,
the second.
man.
No,
But yeah, I think that y'all need to start like a bike gang or a hair club for men.
maybe we'll go back to back and we'll tie our hairs together, and then whoever.
Dude, I would pay I have no money. I would pay so much of what I don't have to come see that.
I figured that I think he would win. He seems like he's got a lower center of gravity than me.
He does,
And he
but
seems like slightly angrier than me too.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I think he's just more aggressive than you. I think he wants to win more. That's the thing.
That's true.
He's got that dog in him. You know what I mean?
I'm a low simmer. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, how are you liking being here? I can't believe you moved. I mean, actually, yes, I can. You lived in a doggy daycare center.
I did live in a doggy daycare center.
I
That's a
assume
little bit.
everybody knows this.
I don't know. I'm not sure how familiar our fans are with my lore, but I was living at a doggy daycare center for about 5 years, and
I thought it was a joke for the first 2. I really thought you were doing a bit.
No, yeah, I was. You know who told me to do that? Fuck, what's his name?
How are they doing right now?
I saw him on the street once, and he still he was on acid, but he was like, "You got to do it, man. It's like a sitcom." And then I did it, and I'm like, "Dude, I took your advice." And he was like, "Why would you do that?"
I'm dying to know who it was.
Shit. I've been blanking on names the last couple of years, but
I get it.
he has a museum for himself.
Robert?
Robert Dean, baby.
Oh,
yes.
dude, that's exactly. Dude, that makes perfect sense. I mean, it is funny. It is very funny that it happened. But it is nice to see you in a home.
Thanks, man.
That only has one dog. I think.
There's possibly a dog here. We don't know,
Okay. All right. That's a huge step up, though, from
is true.
definitely a lot of dogs.
That is very true. Yeah. So anyway, the pandemic happened, and they were like, I eventually got kicked out of the doggy daycare center.
Yeah.
And then I got a grant to live out here, so I've been here the last year and change, man.
Dude, that's so cool. Have you ever lived anywhere like this before?
In a house?
Yeah. No. Like in a city like this.
No, man. I went straight from like suburbs of Baltimore to New York City, so this is like a nice little mix for me.
Yeah, it's cool as hell, dude.
Yeah,
like I get why people like it. I really understood it. Like my ex-girlfriend went to college here, and she was all like, "You gotta go, we gotta go." And I was like, "I'm not just dropping everything to go to Pittsburgh." And now I'm like, "Oh fuck, maybe I should have listened to her." It's cool as hell, dude.
Yeah.
The bridges are pretty. The water's nice. I'm having a nice time, and it's also the weather's perfect right now.
You get a great little pocket, but also the summer's been nice, man. I mean, winters can be pretty rough, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, and you were in New York last night, right?
Last night I was in New York State. Yeah, upstate.
Yeah.
Syracuse and Ithaca.
How was it?
Beautiful.
Dude, I want to try. I'm so tired of like living in a city. Like a city.
Really?
Yeah, I drove. You know Michael Rowland?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was shooting a TV show in Vancouver, and he has this van that has a bed in it. You know Terrence Hartnett?
Yes.
Okay, this is the van Terrence Hartnett got cancer in. Michael bought it and then asked me to drive it from New York to Vancouver over the summer. And like, dude, just being out in the middle of nowhere, because I would like just stop in like Montana and sleep in the van and all that, and like. We're fucking up. We shouldn't be around buildings, dude. It's not for us. We're not meant to be doing that. We're supposed to be like barefoot all the time. Is this like an actual like thing that you're thinking about doing, or I don't think I could do. I need to have some kind of a home base. I would love to have one that's like in the middle of nowhere where I'm like alone for 500 miles or some shit. I think about this, but then groceries become an issue. Realistically, it seems very difficult. But I'd like to have something like that, and then also have a van that I could drive around. It's like the one you've got, except it doesn't have windows.
Wait, what? It hasn't. Okay.
Yeah,
it has a
yeah.
windshield though. Okay.
Yes, windshield
I was like, man.
but no, and like passenger and driver's side windows, but none on the back.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking cool.
Did you
man.
go solo or
I
you?
did.
Whoa.
And it was the most fun I've ever had in my life, dude.
Really?
I got arrested. I got pulled over in North Dakota, and I still had more like the most fun 3 weeks of my life.
Wait, how do you get arrested?
Dog. It's so fucked. It's not fucked. It's actually incredibly cool what happened because
Right.
they didn't press any charges. But so I was driving from Seattle to Vancouver. Okay, this is the last day of the drive, and I'm like, "Fuck! It's been a long journey. Here we go. We're crossing the border." And I did have a little bit of weed on me, and I knew that I had weed on me, and I was like, "I've got like 2 pre-rolls." And honestly, there's a tea bag with a little bit of mushrooms, and had it not said mushroom tea, they wouldn't have found it. But anyways, they pull me over. They're like, "We're gonna search this van," and I was like, "That makes total sense, dude. This thing is sketchy." But I was really like, I really thought in my head, I was like, they'll find the weed, and the worst thing they'll do is maybe turn me around, and then it'll suck. I'll have to call Michael and be like, "Hey, bud, I'm not going to make it up. You're going to have to come down to Seattle."
Is this in North Carolina or North Dakota or?
No. Now I'm in this is
You're
from
in
Seattle
Seattle.
to Vancouver.
Got it,
North
got it,
Dakota was 2 weeks earlier. That was way more funny.
Okay.
But so, dude, they like get me out of the car, and they're like, "We've got a drug dog. Are we going to find anything?" And I'm like, "Yes." There are like 2 pre-rolls in there. There's a tea bag with a little bit of mushrooms. They're like, "That's it?" I was like, "That's it." They're like, "No party drugs?" I was like, "None, not at all." I was like, I quit drinking like 3 years ago. Like I smoke weed and I occasionally do mushrooms. And they're like, "Okay, well, we're going to search. Do me a favor, empty out your pockets." So I empty it out, and there's a little vape cart. And I'm like, "I'm sorry." He's like, You're okay. And my pockets are out. And I'm like, "All right, I'm just going to wait for them to finish searching the car." And then he goes, "All right, man, now get the coin pocket, the little coin pocket in your jeans." And I reached in and found a single tab of acid that I left from. I remember losing it 3 years ago and being so upset that I couldn't. I pull it out. I was like, "What?" Because I was genuinely like, I felt it and thought, "Oh fuck, there's no way it's acid. Maybe it's like a dollar bill that I had folded up and stuck in there." And I grab it, and it's like I pull it out. It's a little plastic bag with a single paper square, and I was just like, "Fuck." And he's like, "Is that acid?" I was like, "Yeah, man." I wanted to be like, "Dude, it's been through the wash like so many times. You could eat this right now. I can confidently say nothing will happen." Like,
Right.
But they go from like being like kind of like all right to all right, you're being arrested for smuggling. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And dude, they handcuffed me, and they were so Canadian about it. They were just like, they were like, "Are the cuffs too tight, pal? We can loosen them if they're. It's not the crime of the century, bud. You're not gonna be here too long, pal." And I'm freaking out, but it is like, it is at a point where it's like, well, dude, I have no money. I've been living out of a van for 2.5 weeks. I don't really give a shit what happens at this point. That's not. I was just so shocked. Like, I can't do anything. So they throw me in a cell, like a concrete room with a metal toilet. They take my shoes, my sweater, my belt, and they were so funny. He was like, "All right, dude, just promise me you're not crotching nothing." And I was like, "I'm not crotching anything."
Is that like in your butthole? Is that what he means?
Yeah, or like, yeah. And I was just like, no, man. Because like, I think that they immediately were like, all right, the acid was clearly a mistake. We have to do our job because there's very likely there could be something else in there. But I do think that they, right off the rip, I think that they believed me when I was like, dude, years old. So like, I don't know how much time goes by. It could have been like 15 minutes or 2 hours. And they come back. And the guy's like, "Okay, bud, just be honest with me. Don't lie to me. Just talk to me. When's the last time you smoked weed?" And I didn't want to be like, "On the way up, dude." But I didn't want to be like, there were 3 pre-rolls before I got, but I was like, last night. And he was like, "Okay, and what about mushrooms?" And I was like a week ago. And he goes, "In acid?" I was like, I couldn't tell you, man. And he goes, "Okay, Well, per the Geneva Convention, I was like, "What the fuck?"
no.
Not Geneva, Vienna. Which one's Geneva's the big one, right?
Geneva seems pretty big.
I can't. It was I thought it was Geneva.
Isn't it Geneva like war crimes?
War crimes. What about
Did
Vienna?
you have like napalm or something?
No. Wait. Geneva Vienna Convention.
Vienna's crimes against.
Is the Vienna Convention for chill dudes that accidentally smuggle? Like, basically, they were like, I think it was Vienna. He's like, per the Vienna Convention, you can contact the American consulate, let them know you've been arrested on foreign soil. And I was
Holy
like, holy,
shit.
yeah, dude. I was like, will it make a difference? He's like, no. And I at that point, I was like, dude, I'm like 25 feet over American soil. Like, put me back on American soil. And it is Vienna Convention. It was the Vienna Convention. Yes. Cool. Okay.
Nailed it.
And so they keep searching my car. They're like, we've contacted a lawyer already. We're waiting for them to get back in touch. And they go back. More time passes. They come back. They're like, all right, we found exactly what you told us we were going to find, where you said we were going to find it. We didn't find anything else. I do believe, we do believe that this is a mistake. We are still going to confiscate everything, but we are going to let you in and all that. And they like valued all of the stuff they took in the most insane. Are you a mushrooms guy?
It's been years.
Okay, let me. But if I told you I had a tea bag of maybe a gram of mushrooms, how much do you think you would pay for that?
A tea bag for a gram.
Yes.
I mean, okay, what is an eighth?
I'm not even going to say. It doesn't matter.
It's a tea bag?
Yes.
$40?
I would say that's even high, but I get it. I think that's a fair assumption. They valued my tea bag of weed at $467.
Jesus.
They valued the vape cartridge at like $500 something. And these
is
are
this
like
Canadian? Is there a conversion?
it may be, but
Okay.
even so, it's like this is fucking high, dude.
That's crazy, dude.
But yeah, they let me go, and they're like, "You are going to be searched every time you come into Canada now." I'm terrified. I think because like TSA is going to go through my shit every time now. I think they undid all my socks. Oh my god, dude! I got to Michael's condo, and I'm like unpacking. I'm like so excited to not be living out of a bag anymore. I'm like, oh fuck! I'm gonna do laundry. This is gonna rock. And I open it, and all my socks are everywhere. I'm still missing pairs, dude. It sucks, dude. It sucks shit.
And I'm looking at these are some pretty nice socks.
These are chill socks, but I'm a Bombas guy.
Okay.
I don't think do they sponsor the pod?
Not yet.
Well, here's your plug. Yeah, I wear those, and like I've got like OCD about I gotta have the matching pairs.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm missing pairs. I'm missing single socks. It's really driving me nuts.
So, but they kind of just let you go pretty much.
Yeah, but they did. I don't think I can stress this enough. They did undo my socks.
Fuck, dude.
And like I'm missing socks.
That seems like such a. I mean, Canadians are very polite, but this is like slightly just passive
Dude,
aggressive.
this is. I wish that they had slit my throat. Like this shit. Oh my god! Like arrest me, do something because this sucks.
Yeah.
This is mental torture because I'm still thinking: is there a lone Bombas sock somewhere at the border
Oh.
floating around looking for a mate that I've got here in my fucking backpack?
That's sad.
It's so sad, right?
Yeah.
But they were really nice. Officer Strickland was the guy's name. I did ask for his name. I was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Strickland's fine." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Strickland and badge number.
Yeah.
Sovereign citizen.
Please, yeah. He was so cool, man. And they let me go. But in North Dakota, I got pulled over on suspicion of human trafficking.
Were you
which-
alone?
Yeah, but well,
There's people in the trunk.
that's so it's a shady van, right?
Sure.
And it's got like someone started tagging it but didn't finish. It's shady. And I was in North Dakota and I was doing like 80, 85 and the speed limit's 80 and I see two highway patrol officers and I immediately do the like fuck and I slow down. The guy automatically swings out just like we're going to fuck. So I'm cruising for about 5 miles. I've got cruise control on 80. I'm just like butthole is in my neck and I'm just like, okay, just pull over the next next exit, get off, go to a gas station, like decompress. He might follow you there, but it won't be, you'll be able to relax for a second. So I pull over off the next exit, and the thing about North Dakota is there's fucking nothing there. So I get off, and it's like empty for 50 miles in any direction. So he pulls me over for going 27 into 25. Dude, I wish I had the body cam footage because he gets me out of the car. He's like, "Come, you're gonna sit in the car with me. We're gonna figure this out." I was like, "Okay," and I've got my hands up. He's like, "You don't need to put your hands up." And the Canadian guys were like, "You don't need to put your hands up." I'm like immediately like, "I don't have a gun. I don't have a gun." They're like, "No, we get it, man. We took everything from you." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not gonna hit you." And they're like, anyways, the guy sits me in the car. I'm like, "Am I being arrested?" And he's like, "No." So we're sitting down, and I'm explaining the situation. I'm like, "All right, yeah, I'm driving this van to Vancouver, where vans are born, and I drive. It's my friend's van. He's shooting a TV show. I'm explaining all of this to him. At this point, he's got Michael's IMDb page pulled up on the laptop and the computer.
He's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's like, dude, and they're pictures from the podcast.
Oh, get out of here. Wow, that's awesome.
He's like, "Is that you?" I was like, and I didn't tell him I was a comedian because I didn't want it to be like a fucking thing. I'm just like, "Yeah, no, I'm in between." I was just like, and then I had to explain, yeah, we do a show. I didn't say podcast. Like, he wouldn't know what a podcast is. It's not like he's...
I don't know. It's North Dakota, man.
I guess, know. But so... anyways, the show that he's shooting is set in Seattle, but they shoot it in Vancouver for tax reasons. And the cop could not wrap his head around this.
Oh, shit.
He was like, "So, it takes place in Seattle, but it's shot in Vancouver." Seems pretty shady to me. Like, we had this conversation like 2 or 3 times. But then he's like, kind of, "All right, everything's checking out. This isn't like that weird." He's like, "All right, man. Well, here's the deal. I'm specifically from the human trafficking department. When you see a van like this and the slowing down, it's sketchy." And I was like, "No, I get it." He's like, "So we are going to search the car. As long as we don't find any people or drugs, you're going to be fine." And I leaned real hard into the people part where I was just like, "Oh, dude, that's what you're going to look for? Go for it." Yeah, I was like, yeah, man, go for it. No ticket? Like, I'm not getting a speeding ticket? Yeah, dude, like, go ahead, look in there, whatever. And I think the confidence, I think he was just like, "Well, you're really not giving me a reason to search. I mean, you're driving a long way. I don't want to hold you up too much." I was like, "Whoa,
wow.
dude." And then I got a little fucking like...
A little cocky?
A little cocky, but it turned out okay. But I think about it now, like, I really wish that I just kept my mouth shut. Because I'm high, and I'm like, he's looking up shit. Like, so at some point he's like, "Oh," he's looking at my license. Like, "You from New York?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm originally from the Catskills. I miss the pizza." I was like, "The fuck are you talking about, dude? There's no Catskills pizza."
Oh, no.
But I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, "Yeah, man." And he's like, "It's a different way of life out here, man." I was like, yeah. And then I was like, can I ask you a question?" And he was like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "What's it like being a black cop in North Dakota?" And dude, the guy, he had clearly never been asked it or thought about it. And he goes, "Well, huh."
Oh.
And he kind of sits and thinks about it. He's like, "It's weird, man. I came out here for the military, and I just kind of never left. And I met somebody here, and I don't really think, because you don't see that many people." And I was like, "Whoa, dude."
Yeah.
And then he was just like, we talked for a little bit, and he was like, "All right, man, you're good to go." Just,
damn, dude.
Because I was like,
cut to 3 hours later, you guys are just really connected.
Dog, we had a really nice moment, but it was like one of those things where, looking back, I'm like, why the fuck couldn't you just keep your mouth shut and keep on driving? Like, man, that could have gone so poorly, dude.
Bad, yeah, for sure.
And then it ended with like joking about the human trafficking aspect. I was just like, "Hey, man, yeah, and I appreciate you not looking under the wheel well, man." And he was like laughing, and we had a good time. But
what was that officer's name?
That I don't know. I was nervous as fuck because I didn't have time. Yeah, I was at that point. It was like, all right, I'm getting back in my car. I'm leaving here. I don't need to get to know this guy. Yeah. So that I love your van, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's Timothy's van.
It's
over
your
there.
van?
Yeah.
How long have you had it?
Ooh, 3 years. I actually bought it for that reason, and
Oh,
then
really?
started doing the don't tells. and moving
He's a big
shades.
human trafficker.
Yeah.
No,
bought it-
I figured.
I bought it to go interview black cops. Was like the purpose
Oh,
of it.
oh,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
dude! I've got a segment for you. If you, but so you bought it to live in it? That idea,
To travel around it because I work remote, so I was like, it'll be perfect.
dude.
But
I mean, now granted, I could. You can't work remote. What I was doing because dude, I found a spot in Montana. Like I fully expect if I make it to 80, I'm gonna go back to this spot, shoot up as much heroin as I can find, and walk right into the river. Like
wow.
it's the prettiest place I've ever seen. It's the
Yeah.
most peaceful place I've ever been. Like I've never been more at ease than I am, and I have the spot marked on a map.
Oh my God.
It's the prettiest place in the world.
Huh.
Yeah, man, you should do it.
Montana's beautiful. Yeah.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Have you been, Ronnie?
I've been just briefly, yeah.
Dude, oh my God, I understand dinosaurs now.
Go on.
I guess that's a weird way of phrasing it. I guess after seeing Montana, I guess I never understood how dinosaurs could exist in a place like this, or I grew up in Georgia. It's like it just doesn't make sense. But when I saw Montana, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, this big open space,
Yeah.
dog, wide open spaces started playing. I saw a
that's
T-Rex
awesome.
romping through. I was like, I get it, dude. I understand now. I don't think I'd understand. Because I know we live in hell in America, but it is the prettiest country on earth, dude. I fucking couldn't believe like all the cool shit I saw driving through. Yeah, man. Have you done a cross country drive?
I've done quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
I did like Montana, like on the trip to like, I don't know, like just to California. So we went like up and through. I guess like it was on the way to like Yellowstone.
Dude, I'm trying to go to Yellowstone.
That was sick because we woke up and it's like, are those fucking buffalo? And they were just like, just outside, just in.
Yo, is
our
there a
tents.
deer thing in Pittsburgh?
Bro? Where you're staying, there's a ton of deer.
I've
It's crazy.
seen so many deer.
Yeah.
It's cool. I feel like I'm in a Bambi movie.
Yeah, dude. Well, say no more.
Yeah, no,
bro. No, actually, I'm finding myself getting slightly more intimidated by these deer
Oh, dude,
because
they'll
the way
fuck
that
up
they
your
look
car.
at you. No,
Oh.
they kind of look at me like they're kind of like try something. You know
It's
what I
the
mean?
hair, dude. They're afraid of a bald guy. I guarantee you it's the hair. They're like, whose dad is going to try and fucking run my ass over? Oh, I'm free and clear. Look at this guy. You know what? Thank God he didn't bring his motorcycle because he's clearly going through a midlife crisis.
Absolutely.
And he really could have fucking knocked himself out.
Oh, for sure, man. Totally. But no, I've done Montana and like I don't know, like the Southwest is my shit.
I've never been. I'm
Bro,
going to
you got-
Arizona this month, and I'm so excited.
Well, speaking of death, I mean, you're talking about deaths, right? You've seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Your idea of death reminded me of it's not Hank. Who's the other guy who was like, remember when he was just shut the fuck up?
Oh.
Walt?
Mike?
That's my favorite scene of all time.
Dude, yes. Okay, imagine something like that, except
Yeah.
it's rocks instead of sand.
Okay,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
desert stuff. And then mountains and a wide river.
Oh, okay.
It's like Lewis and Clark shit.
Hmm.
And I've got pictures. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Okay.
I love that death. That is such a good one. But it is like, I remember seeing that and be like, damn, that kind of sucks that this is what he's going to look like. This is a creek. This ain't even a river, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to widen the body of water for the moment, man. Like, it's like, that would be like looking at the Gowanus Canal versus the Hudson River. It's like, this is what you're going to die looking at. That's right around the corner, man.
Dude, that's actually very depressing now that I think about it.
I
specifically
know.
the Gowanus, yeah.
Dude, I think the Gowanus Canal, I know this is a very New York reference. There's a very
I'm into it. Look, fuck them, okay?
Yeah,
This is for
dude.
me.
Okay,
This is
okay,
for us
okay.
right now, okay?
Dude, so there's a small canal
Yes.
in New York that basically runs through like a dump.
Yes.
And I think it's the funniest thing to talk about it. Like it's this beautiful like tour. Like Ah, yes, the Gowanus Canal, the most beautiful place in Brooklyn. Like, we kissed on the Gowanus Canal Bridge, and it was the moment I knew she was the one. I think it's so funny to talk about that place like that. Anyways.
Where are you staying now in New York?
I'm in Crown Heights.
Oh,
I've been
nice.
in the same spot since 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll die in that apartment if I don't die in Montana.
You live with comics? You live by yourself?
I live with, Adam Gilbert?
Yeah.
I live with him. I used to live with David Twitey. He moved to Portland, and then Adam moved in. And then we've got this office in the apartment that is just eating up money. It is so expensive, but it rocks. I love it. We've got in-unit laundry.
Do you guys have Canva?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I'm trying to think what else you got in that office. You know?
Canva.
You got Premiere?
I do have Premiere.
Okay.
We've got a light.
light?
We don't have the bulb, but we do have the light socket.
All right.
There's a camera mount with no camera.
All right.
Hey, every year I get to write off a whole $23.
Oh,
so
okay.
Pretty sick.
Yeah?
It's cool. I love it. And living with Adam's great because he's usually either at his girlfriend's or in his room, and I'm just kind of like doing my own thing, man.
Yeah, that's nice.
It is weird, though. I am starting to feel the, damn, I'm living with other people still.
I know exactly what you mean.
Right? I know. Well, you guys have a house.
We do have a house.
This
yeah.
is like-
Well, he has a house and I live here. Yeah.
Great. But
We have a house.
We have a house.
okay.
Yeah. It's it's more of a, I guess, okay, so to give you an idea of financially where I'm at. I'm not where I thought I would be financially.
Okay.
I have so much debt right now that before this I was driving for Instacart. Like before this podcast.
Oh, today?
Today,
in
dude.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, dude. It's my favorite. Like,
I didn't know they could cross state lines.
neither did I. I woke up and I was like, let's just see. And, bro, I went to Target. I went to Aldi. I'm shopping for groceries, dude.
Bro, I thought that was you who delivered that pack. I'm kidding. No.
Dude, it is my biggest fear that I will one day deliver groceries. Because, oh, man. Okay. Did you ever have one of the Ellen temp jobs
No.
through Custom?
No.
So there's this temp agency. There's a woman there specifically that like all of the comics work for, and she puts everybody winds up working the same couple jobs, and it's very weird to be like where I'm at financially while also like I'm able to acknowledge that I am at the best part of I've been doing better in my career than I ever have. Anyways, I take one of her jobs. It's at a church in Brooklyn Heights. And I'm there, and it's like a preschool. And so I'm talking to one of the teachers, and she's like, I know you from somewhere.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, no. She's like, no, I was at a comedy club like 2 nights ago. And I was like, crazy. And then I finished mopping up the little boy's piss from the floor of her classroom. It was just the most like, this is where I'm at, dude. Because it's so confusing.
Yeah.
It's so confusing. Yeah, dude.
Well, bro, I mean, I saw you. You're the seller now, huh?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
it's sick, man.
It's cool. It's cool. It's obviously what everybody, that's the goal. But yeah, now it's just the whole like I feel like I've got a little bit of momentum. And now it's like, how do I keep that going?
Yeah.
And the hard part right now is like I'm trying to be out of town because that's where the money is.
Of course.
But if I'm out of town, I'm not in New York. And if I don't know. It's just. But if I'm in New York, I'm fucked financially.
Yeah, man, it's tricky, dude.
It's crazy, right?
What a fucked up.
I know.
industry, right?
Well, it is, but also. I have to acknowledge that I really put myself in a lot of debt.
Oh, sorry, folks. Look, we had an earthquake, and now our cameras are back on.
Happens.
Okay,
It
happens. Okay, it happens.
Famous Pittsburgh fault.
That's
that Steeler fault line that just won't quit, dude.
It won't quit. But look, everyone's alive.
We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Please.
Right. So debt. The first 5,000 years. I do owe the IRS like $15,000. That's what it is. I know that, and for the rest of my life, I'll be paying them $186 a month. That's just how it's gonna go. I also do have quite a bit of credit card debt.
Okay.
And that's on me.
Uh-huh.
I make a lot of financially irresponsible choices, and I
Yeah.
did for years while having a job. So it never really caught up to me because I was always putting whatever. I was always spending way more than I had, but it was like, all right, well, I've got a steady income. And so I was always like, I don't understand how people can't afford to hang and do these things I'm doing. And then now I'm like, oh, it all caught up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, now I'm the one. Well, all my friends are like, we're going and doing this. I'm like, oh, no. So that's kind of, if I feel like if I didn't have all this debt, even if it was just the IRS debt, I feel like I would be way more, I wouldn't have to be doing Instacart, janitoring, fucking, all the other stuff. But that's on me. I can't blame an industry. Yes, I can.
Hey, dude, look.
Yes, I can.
Come on, it's so easy.
Because you know what? The only reason I spent that credit card money was so that I could get to where I'm at now.
Right.
And that's the industry's fault. I want an industry bailout.
Yeah.
I want a bailout from the industry.
Exactly. Come on, Obama. Come for us.
Please. Just I need a bailout. Or if you're rich parents that want to adopt me, I'd love to talk. But yeah, so the IRS debt is. It's just there's nothing I can do about that one. Like credit cards, it's like this is on.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, in a way, think about it maybe as like you got like a bank loan.
That I'm paying back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked to have agreed to smarter terms. I would have liked to have had a plan with that loan.
Can you go bankrupt?
I think about that sometimes, but I don't know. And the problem is, if you want to find out what any of this shit means, you either have to be adept at paying attention to a YouTube video, or you need to talk to a guy, and that costs money.
Right.
And so it's really fucking tricky.
Well, can't you charge talking to him to your credit card?
No, I've maxed the credit cards out.
Oh.
Dude, I don't need to do this. Poor me, but if you have.
Dude, actually, you know what? I get a referral if I refer a credit card. So, bro,
I'm looking for a new one, dude, because
right, let's
you
do
know
it,
what?
man.
If I get another one, I can use that one to pay off the first few.
All right, Capital One. Okay, coming right for
Capital
you, dude.
One. Wow. When I started working more in clubs, they pay in cash, and I bank with PNC, which barely exists in New York City. And so I was like, all right, well, I got to find a free bank and Capital One was that. Capital One let me walk in there tripping balls on acid at 2 p.m. And I let them know, I was like, hey, hi, hello. I would like to open a bank account. I am on acid.
Holy
and
shit.
They were like, yeah, great, come on. They didn't do any fucking checking. I don't even know if I gave them my social security number. And then I never touched the account.
Dude, that's how chill Capital One is.
They're
just
so
like,
chill.
Dude, we're
the
tripping
branch
too.
closed down the next day, and I was like, whoa, did this even exist? yeah. Is money even real? Or is it damn, this was stronger acid. I wish I knew where that last tab went, you know? Oh, boy, that got me. All right.
So this is the Skullet podcast. I started growing this hair. It was as a goof, but now I see it kind of as an act of rebellion. You know what
Against
I mean?
what?
Against perception, against society,
Has
against
anybody asked you about that?
what's that?
When you say it as an act of rebellion?
No, I don't really get a lot of pushback.
Yeah.
People just kind of let me go. But what is it? Actually, it's I don't know, man. It flows. I guess just much like my hair.
I don't dislike it. At all. I don't want you to say. I don't want you to think that I'm fuck this. It's just that the last time I saw you, since I've met you, you have been bald.
That's true.
And then to just come into this is, it's like when you see someone that lost weight. You don't see them as they're losing weight,
right,
getting thinner.
Yeah.
But then you see them 6 months later, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing with this.
Of course.
You look younger, actually.
It's the first time anyone said that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you look younger with the hair.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. I think maybe there's more of a sense of abandon with the hair. You know what I mean?
Definitely. But here's the problem. I think the state it's at right now, I don't see abandonment because this is dad length.
This is dad length.
This is very normal length. Once you get to Ed Harris length, that will be like, oh, that's a statement.
I've been getting a lot of people being like they didn't know I could. Like they thought.
I was shocked. It's not that I didn't think you could, but at no point did I think you would. You know. No, it's I guess. I think most people, unless you have like alopecia, I don't think people realize like you still have to shave your head if you're
right.
bald.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's stuff that will grow if you let it.
Right.
And yeah, dude, did you shave it every day?
I shaved it every 3.
Every 3.
Every 3 or 4. During the pandemic, I was like, oh no, I should probably keep shaving it because I was like, let's see what happens because it does get a little awkward, you know. But recently, someone just shouted out "child molester" in the middle of my act, so we'll figure out how to get.
That's not fair.
I know. It's like, how do they know?
Yeah, dude. Well, because I usually have a mustache, which I have to come in and out of depending on my hair length.
Yeah.
Because I'll get child molester
sure,
too,
yeah,
or
yeah.
so and I'm really not going for it. As I assume you're not either.
Listen, I don't even know. Let's
I
see.
mean-
Whatever will cast me in your little web videos.
Well,
you know?
guess what? I mean, dude, you already have the van, and I know a guy in human trafficking.
That's true.
If you need to do any character research,
Okay, all right, perfect.
Yeah, man. But so you're just gonna let it go?
I'm letting it go. Like I said, 100 episodes. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But I guess what I wanted to ask you is, have you ever done anything similar? You know, like have you ever like seen like there's something I gotta do,
Yeah.
and maybe it's like
dude.
conventions like you shouldn't do this, but it's
Yes.
like what? I just
A
you have-
million things.
Get
but
anything that comes to mind?
yes, during the pandemic, I bleached my hair.
I remember.
Yeah,
this.
dude, I bleached my hair, and I
Is this the
didn't-
first time you ever bleached your hair?
Yes. And it was just one of those, I was drinking a lot, and I was just like, fuck it, it doesn't matter right now, and I did it. And honestly, I didn't hate it, but it was just like, it was one of those things like every day I'd wake up, and I'd look in the mirror and be like, whoa, for a second. And like the further out it grew, it started to get really funny and goofy, and it was just, I don't know. I kind of like it. I really kind of did, but I don't think I could do it now. I feel like that feels like it was 20 years ago, and it was just like 4 that I
Right,
did it,
yeah.
and now I'm just like, pff, I was a kid back then. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But I've done that. I've got a bunch of dumb tattoos, a lot of dumb tattoos, like intentionally. Like I've got French fries on my ankle that say like hell yeah. And I've got like a margarita that says Salt Life, and I've got the word poop tattooed on my butt. Like, I just don't really care that much, I guess.
Yeah, that's also my perception. Was there ever a point where you? There we got you right there, dude. I remember this hair.
Oh, dude, that
Yeah.
picture right there is special. That was because I went to the beach the day before, tripped balls. Realized Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of fucking rocks, dude. And that
Dude,
was
fucking bicep and forearm looking pretty good there. Dude.
oh, way better now. Here's the thing, though. This is something I don't admit to. I used to wear T-shirts on stage. I will not do it now.
Why?
Because my arms have gotten a little bit bigger, and I don't want anybody to perceive me as a strong man.
What?
Yeah, I think that it takes away from my charm. And I think if people see my arm tattoos, they get that's a whole other thing. So you'll never see me on stage with a T-shirt, this or a sweater, a jacket, but you'll never see a T-shirt.
So it's like an anti-vanity thing, you think? Like
Kind of. I don't, dude, because it's like I've never been I was always the drunk fat guy,
right.
and so it's like when I lost all that weight, like. When I quit drinking, I lost like 60 pounds immediately, like in like maybe 2 months. It
Yeah.
was like insane.
Yeah.
And then it was like, all right, well, I guess I'll start, running, or I'll start like trying to get in shape. And I think it's just too drastic of a change. And then I keep getting dumb tattoos, and I don't need to answer questions before I get started.
Right, dude. That actually makes a lot of sense, man. Because like, I feel like since I've grown the hair. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this guy doesn't take himself seriously at all.
I think it's good though.
Yeah.
I think, but the idea is like for me, I actively think I want to leave as much of a blank canvas until I open my mouth on stage.
Yeah.
That people like don't get to form an opinion before I say something. And I like, cause once I'm like started, like, you know, I do like pull my sleeves up on a sweater, like if it's hot or whatever, but like, and I've got, you can see the tattoos and I can like work. If people start looking, you can start answering, but like, I really do think that otherwise it's just, yeah, if people can judge you in any way before you're saying anything, it's, I don't know.
No, I like that.
And the thing with I don't care, it's like you're also a good comedian. So it's like I think that just plays into the like, yeah, I don't care, I can still be funny and look like this.
Right.
I think is a very powerful like thing. I say powerful and I do mean that. I'm not like trying to be like hokey. But yeah, I think that so much of this shit is subconscious and how people like interact with comedy and stuff like that. That, you know, it's why you're not prone to laugh at pretty looking dudes.
Well, it's because it is interesting because I do feel like comedy has gotten prettier, right? Don't you think? In a way, like it seems like
I think that the industry has gotten so empty. Like I think now that people can make their own content and produce their own content, the people that look good or that are hot people, like they're the ones that get the attention on the internet, so they're the ones that pop up. But you go to an open mic, it's fucking mutants down there, dude. I mean, it's still for the boys. Make no mistake, it is. Comedy is definitely still for the ugly boys and girls, but like the ones you see online or whatever, I think it's just because the internet likes looking at objectively pretty people. But I do think comedy is uglier than ever, baby. I think we're still holding it down. And I say this as a guy that started off real ugly and has aged into myself, and I kind of fucking hate it, if I'm being honest. Like, personally, I think it's great. It's so nice to not look like I used to. Yeah. But now it is like a little bit of this, the persona I had is kind of like, my whole act, the first, like, I don't know, the first, like, 10, 7, 8, 9 years of comedy or whatever, somewhere between the years 5 and 10. I drank a lot. My entire like shtick was like, yeah, I'm a 22-year-old kid, but I look dead, right? You know, I look like I'm 40, and then it's like, because I used to have my very first like closer that I would like start working was about like I would have someone guess my age and then tell a story, and then it would be like the big reveal would be like, I'm actually not even fucking 30, you ass. Like, I
remember this.
Yeah, and I can't do that anymore, and it's kind of bizarre. But on the plus side, everything else.
I don't know. I think it's.
I'm a nostalgic motherfucker, dude. I like.
Were you a big Wonder Years guy?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay,
dude.
I thought I was like.
I mean, I wouldn't say I was a big Boy Meets World guy. But
same thing.
Dude,
two sides of the same coin, my friend.
Two sides of the same Savage.
Exactly.
Damn, they were the Brothers Savage.
They were the Brothers Savage.
And they were on 2 of the same shows.
Exactly.
Incredible.
Yeah. I always had this thing, and I didn't even mean to talk about it. The difference is the laugh track, obviously, and like one is like more realistic than the other one. You know what I mean? Because in real life, you don't get a Feeney.
I didn't have this. Not one that lived next door.
Okay.
But
you had a mentor.
I think I had some teachers that thought I was cool. And like would try and dole out advice because like I don't know. I didn't have friends growing up, right? So like I was always like the kid in class that just didn't really have anybody to hang out with.
Yeah.
And I think teachers were like appreciative when I was like, because I was really into like music really early and like film very early. And I think that they were all like, "Oh, he's talking about the Clash," and they would like just be cool with me and stuff. Like I had teachers give me like mix CDs, but none of them gave me good advice. I will say that. I did have a teacher that smoked a lot of pot with me, who I just saw at the Phish festival 2 weeks ago. I had. Yeah, man. He's the one that got me smoking Winston cigarettes. Before that, I was a 27s guy. And then I switched to Winston Golds because of him. Smoked that until I quit smoking. So there's that kind of a teacher. That was my Feeney.
Mr. Matthews, come over here.
This here is a Winston cigarette. This is for trailer trash and NASCAR fans. But yeah, and I think, but like Wonder Years, I would like to rewatch it now. I think because I watched it as a kid,
Yeah.
and I don't think I understood the like, oh, this is nostalgic looking back, and like the rose-colored lenses you put through looking back at your life and shit. But yeah, dude, I'm definitely like a hang on to the past kind of a dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big time. So I love shit like that.
You watching anything now? You got any you watch anything or like any kind of media you've been intaking that has had a real impact on you lately?
I mean, dude, yeah, I'm watching. What am I watching right? I'm watching The Comeback right now, the Lisa Kudrow show.
Oh, is it good?
It's so fucking good.
Is that on Apple TV?
HBO. It's old.
Oh, okay.
It is she's so fucking funny.
Huh.
I just watched that Dark Matter show on Apple TV.
Is that good?
I liked it. But, like, I mean, the media that I consume the most is Phish, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I really fucking... I like, almost always I'm listening to Phish or like, thinking about Phish.
I'm not sure if I told you this, but I have someone I used to live with was very close personal friends with the lead singer of Trey.
Wait. Oh, wait, he's close friends with Trey.
Yeah.
No. Oh, that's cool as hell, man.
I remember I was washing dishes on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Hey, this is Trey." And I'm like, "Oh, what's up, man?"
No
So,
shit.
yeah,
In New
yeah.
York? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so cool, man. Like, it's weird. They were like, the bassist was hanging out at the festival, like, talking to people.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I think what's so cool about them is it's like, no one's asking for a picture. Everybody's just like kind of cool with them. And it doesn't feel like, it feels like one big communal thing.
That's really neat.
And nobody's like, I mean, obviously people are like, you're amazing, this is great. But
Yeah.
it's like, I don't want to bother you. We're just dudes hanging out.
Uh-huh.
But that's very fucking cool. I'm new to Phish for like, I'm like 2 or 3 years into this thing. I'm
Yeah.
a baby, but it's like my entire life.
If you had to pitch Phish to somebody who's never really been a Phish head, how would you do it?
Dude, it's like, just if you go to a show with an open mind for it, like, it's not for everybody. I totally understand it. But if you are the kind of person that locks in with something like that, it's the coolest. Did you grow up religious?
Sure.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you like church? Mm-hmm. Did you have like a social group through church?
I mean, like we had a Sunday school, and it was like the kids in my class, kind of. But
like, there's something. This sounds so fucking woo woo and hokey.
no, you're
but
good,
like,
dude. Yeah.
There is something spiritual about, like, so this festival was like 50,000 people or whatever, and it's not a bunch of bands, it's one band, and everybody's there for the same reason, and they're all watching something that cannot and will not happen again, because
That's cool. Yeah.
they don't plan out a set list, and because it's like a jam, a lot of times it can be a 5-minute song that, like, you know everything that's happening, they're not variating, or it's something that turns into this long, like, sonic exploration of, like, where are we? And it's just, that's the closest thing to, like, that I have felt to, like, the idea of what I think religion would be like, and not necessarily like in the religious sense of like, this is how you should live. It's the spiritual sense of like, oh, I am connected to all of these people, and we are all. It's that you've seen Garden State, right?
Yeah.
You know when Natalie Portman's like, do something crazy in this spot, something that no one will ever do or has done. That's what a Phish concert is like. For 4 hours, you're witnessing something that will never happen again with 50,000 people.
Huh.
And it's just cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to a concert where people are that nice to each other. You never see cameras at a Phish show. Like, people are really in it. I don't know. I think, and if you do drugs, it helps. But even if you don't, like, it fucking rocks, man. It's the coolest. Have you been to a show?
I've never been.
Dude, we're not far from Burgettstown, right?
Burgettstown?
Burgettstown?
I've been there, so I don't think we are.
Yeah.
We're like, it's like, I think it's towards Ohio, maybe.
Yeah, because they play there. when they come through. Dude, it's the coolest show you'll ever see.
Okay.
And as long as like you don't go into it judging, you'll have a great time.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
You've gone to their New Year's shows?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went. Dude, last year was fucking nuts. Cause like, I mean, I don't want to like just spout Phish shit because this.
Dude, spout it, dude.
Well,
I've met the man. I've walked his dog. Okay.
Whoa.
R.I.P. But the dog was.
Oh fuck.
I'm sorry.
It happens. Dogs die.
Dogs
Dogs
certainly
die.
do.
What are
But
you
you know
gonna
what
do?
won't?
Dogs die.
Fish never die.
Phish, well, they will, and that's the scary part. And I feel like I came into. I'm so glad I didn't have this in high school, though.
Phish?
Yeah, I would have been a train wreck if I like lived. I would have, yeah. But yeah, dude, it's just like the New Year's shows is always a big gag, right? So they like do they spend like $1 million and they put together something really crazy. This year they did. It's essentially like a musical almost.
Huh.
It's a story that Trey wrote. He wanted to be a composer. That was like the thing. He wanted to compose musicals and shit. So he wrote this thesis called "The Man Who Stepped Into Yesterday." It's like this big musical project.
Yeah.
And the story is called Gamehenge. And so it's like a bunch of songs that all tell this story that's really fucking weird, and it really doesn't make a ton of sense. But you know, everybody knows the lore around it. And they haven't played Gamehenge, that song cycle in its entirety, like in the order, in like 30 years.
Cool.
And so they played it all through New Year's, and they had like full on like actors playing the scenes out and stuff, and it was so fucking cool, man.
Huh.
It was really really rad. Yeah, they're just like I just saw this festival, and they did a secret set where they dropped a bunch of like curtains almost, and they projected all of these like crazy fucking images that they like kind of picked up from doing the Sphere, and then they did like an hour ambient set where they just kind of scored these projections.
Awesome.
And it was fucking amazing.
Huh.
And everybody's just like, this is magic. But yeah, dude.
All right, man. I'm fucking sold, dude.
Are you what kind of when's the last concert you went to? And I want to be clear, before December 29th of like 2022, I had never liked Phish. I thought it was kind of dumb. I thought people that were into it were weird. I thought jam bands were I'm not a big jam band guy, just Phish.
Okay.
But I like everything else, and now I'm like, "Oh, I get this too."
I think like the band The Black Lips? I'm thinking like randomly
Oh, Atlanta Boys.
Saw them in Woodstock, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was my girlfriend and I were on like a little weekend getaway
Yeah.
thing, and we're like, it seems like there's a band playing over
Yeah.
here. We walked in, like, this fucking shit is it's
Dude.
so awesome, right?
Yeah, man.
So that was that. Oh, I think that might have been the last concert I was at, but that was a while ago.
Dude, I used to see them a lot.
Yeah?
Because they're from Atlanta, and
know
Cole, the singer. We had a lot of mutual friends, and it was just you'd see them in like tiny little rooms, and it was
Yeah.
fucking rad. Them in like
Throwing the toilet paper, were they doing
all
that
kinds
thing?
of shit. They would do that, and then like they would come in, like guys from like Mastodon would come and play too, because Mastodon's another Atlanta band.
Huh.
And you'd see those guys around town, and it's just like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
this rips,
Wow.
dude. Yeah, I mean, well, do you like going to concerts?
I enjoy it, yeah.
Like, this is where I'm at. I love going to see music if I can sit, or if it's Phish and I can or if it's Phish. I don't need a chair if I'm seeing Phish. It's the best, dude. Just a bunch of dudes that can't dance, and women. It's way more diverse, I think, than people realize. I think
Phish concerts?
Yes, I think everybody's just like, oh, it's just a bunch of like dads, like white dads, and it's just there's so many more people. You would fit right in, but it is like it's just like there was this cool like at the festival they had like all the campsites were huddled around pods that had events. Like I did a stand-up show at one, and they had like this like queer Phish fans thing, and you just see like drag queens and all kinds of people, and it's like everybody likes this shit, and it's the coolest. I've never seen anything else that this many people just can lock into.
Hell yeah, man.
Sorry. I think you gotta go.
All right, dude, I gotta go now. We gotta go. Tim, we gotta go.
Take Skullet on the road. We go.
Have you been to a Phish show?
I've not. The most,
Dude.
I lived in Seattle for a while. My friends are like super into jam bands.
Yeah.
And so like I've been in, but obviously not a Phish
Sure.
Yeah, I think we should do it. An hour away.
Yeah.
Dog, or go to Seattle. Go see him at the Gorge. That's like supposed to be incredible. They just played Denver. They do Phish Dick's every year, Dick's Arena or Field. I don't know what it is. But yeah, man, it's incredible. It's so much fun.
Mile High?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Dick's Sporting Goods. I can't remember if it's arena or field, but it's a big space. They play it every year, and they close out their summer tour there, and it's just cool as hell.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, all right, we'll do that, and we'll do like a, I don't know. I guess see the Grateful Dead. I don't know.
See, that I can't get into it like I can with Phish. You're a Dead guy? Oh,
But I'm saying I get
He's a Cherry Garcia fan.
I get that. I'm a fish food guy. I understand that. I think Dead fans. I just wish I got the Dead. The Dead is a little too. My dad was really into it, but it's just like it's too not poppy, but like bouncy and like love. Like we're hippies. Phish is more like we're math dudes, and we really know how to play our instruments like insanely well to a level that we are creating new sounds because the old ones are so tired, and it fucking rocks. The Dead is cool. I would like to get more into it.
Well, sick, man. Well, we got to get ready for a show.
Shit.
I'm going to pack up. We got to pack up a little bit more of the chairs back at where you're staying. But, bro, it was great to hang out.
So
I mean, we're going to be hanging out the rest of the night.
I know,
dude,
man. This fucking rips. And I do love the Skullet.
Thank
like,
you, brother.
I really,
Thank you,
truly
bro.
do.
Appreciate you,
I'm
man.
going to take this Brad record down. And
Take it down, dude.
And I let him know.
All right.
Let
I
him
will.
know.
You've been dethroned.
Yeah, Brad.
We're coming for you, Brad. All right?
I'm coming for you,
We're
Brad.
All right.
He and my roommate are gonna have a fucking chat going about how to kill me now, dude.
Shit. Well, where can everyone find you, man?
My website is findcomedy.com. It's easy, right? It's at maxfine_ on Instagram and Twitter, and maxfine comedy on TikTok. When's this coming out?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Well, hell, if you're in central Pennsylvania, I'll be there. Oh, yeah, we are in central Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I'll be in Emmaus and Hazleton.
Oh, shit. I was just there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going there on the 19th and 20th, I think.
Sick, man.
And then if you're in Gilbert, Arizona, I'll be there at the end of September.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Sick. Well, check out Max, dude. We're so happy to have
and
him
I've
here.
got an album called I Like His Style. You can listen to it everywhere. That's sorry.
No, of course.
All right.
Well, this has been the Skullet Podcast, everybody.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody, not all growth is good, but just keep it in the back of your head. Also, rate and review. Oh, also, fuck. Well, we'll do a quick commercial for this. Hello, folks. Thanks for watching the podcast and checking us out. If anybody, you guys, rates or reviews the podcast, send a little screenshot, and we'll send you a free sticker. Please do that. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Stickers are great.
Skulleteers, unite. Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, right here, right now.